I never imagined that sticking a simple no parking sign in my lot would spark an all-out showdown with my neighborhood HOA and its overbearing president. How could I have guessed that towing a few cars would unravel a year-long tangle of deceit and finally deliver justice to our whole business district? I slammed on my brakes, nearly clipping the black BMW hogging my reserved spot. 3 unfamiliar cars clogged our company's tiny lot, and my blood pressure skyrocketed. After 5 years running my graphic design firm in this building, I'd never seen anything like it. What the hell? I muttered, circling twice before surrendering to street parking. Feeding a meter all day wasn't how I'd pictured kicking off my Monday. Inside, my office manager, Lisa, was already fuming. There's no space for anyone. Kevin and Sarah are still looping the block. I dropped my laptop bag on my desk and peered out at the mystery vehicles. Any idea who these belong to? No clue, Lisa said, shoving a coffee into my hand, but there's a property management sign by the fence. Maybe call them. The sign read Summit Property Management. I dialed, and a bored receptionist patched me through to a guy named Brian. Oh, that'd be Oak Hill Estates, Brian said when I explained. They're repaving their visitor lot this week and using yours. The HOA board told residents it's fine temporarily. He sounded like this was no big deal. My jaw clenched. Nobody asked me. Oh, that's odd. Let me check, he said. I heard keys clacking. Says here, Cynthia Reynolds, the HOA president, told us she had a deal with the business owner. I'm the business owner, I snapped. There's no deal. After a pointless back and forth where Brian vowed to look into it, I printed some courteous notes. Private property for Horizon Design employees only. Please find alternate parking. Thank you. I tucked one under each wiper. By lunch, my team was griping about parking tickets. I promised to cover them nearly $200 out of pocket. Maybe we should just tell him, Kevin suggested, munching his sub. Let's try nice first, I said, though my patience was fraying. Tuesday morning was a nightmare, not 3, but 7 cars with Oak Hill permits filled the lot. My notes lay crumpled on the ground. One had a scribbled reply. HOA says this is fine. I tracked down Oak Hill Estetis's swanky, gated townhome complex next to our building. The guard wouldn't let me in without an appointment, but gave me Cynthia's number. I'm in meetings all day, she said when I called. Can this wait? No, I said firmly. Your residents are hogging my private lot. My business is taking a hit. Clients canceled yesterday because they couldn't park. She sighed, all drama. Fine, 3:30, 10 minutes. I spent the day digging into parking laws and property lines while my staff worked remotely. Our deed was crystal clear. The lot was ours, no strings. At 3:25, I hit the community clubhouse, armed with papers. Cynthia Reynolds was textbook, mid-50s HOA, Queen Pricey Auburn highlights, tailored blazer, a smile that didn't touch her eyes. She waved me to a chair across her desk. I hear there's a parking mix-up, she said, voice lofty. No mix-up, I replied. Your people are parking on my private lot without permission. She tilted her head. We got 78 homes here. Repaving's left us no visitor spots. It's a pinch. Your lot's half empty most days. Surely you can help out temporarily. We're neighbors. That's your planning issue, I said. My business is suffering. She cut in. The previous owner let us use it sometimes. We're just keeping that going. My skin prickled. She'd been scoping my lot. How long's temporary? 3 weeks, she said. Contractor's estimate. I inhaled sharply. That's insane. My staff and clients can't scramble for 3 weeks. She leaned forward. There's an arrangement, I assure you. Show me, I pressed. She shuffled papers. Not on me, but it's real. After 10 minutes of sparring, I grudgingly agreed to 5 spots for 1 week, marked with signs. Cynthia smirked like she'd scored a win, which bugged me. I'll tell the residents, she said, standing to dismiss me. Leaving, I eyed the repaving crew. The job looked way bigger than a week. That night, I emailed Cynthia and Summit a letter locking in our deal. 5 spots, 1 week. The reply was instant. Thanks for your cooperation during our community challenge. My gut screamed this wasn't over. Wednesday morning proved it. I rolled an early, coffee in hand, hoping for progress. Nope, 15 Oak Hill cars, including my reserved spot. Owner sign ignored. Staff texted they couldn't park. Clients were due in an hour. I tried playing nice, but Cynthia had exploited it. Back down or push back. This was about to get messy. Unacceptable, I muttered, pacing the sidewalk, phone to ear. We had a deal, Cynthia 5 spots, 1 week. I spelled it out. Maybe some residents got confused, she said coolly. 15 cars isn't confusion, it's disrespect. I shot back. I'm hosting the landscaping committee now, she said, voices buzzing behind her. Later. No, move those cars now. She sighed. You're blowing this up, it's just parking. It's my property and my business tanking. She paused, tone sharpening. Technically, you can't do much. The old owner gave us occasional rights. My face heated. Show me this agreement. Our secretary can scan it tomorrow. Be neighborly till then. She hung up. I stood steaming as Lisa handed me cancellation slips, clients who'd bailed over parking. 2 more pushed to next week, she said. Everyone, we're remote today, I decided. That night, I hit the county records office. A clerk sifted through my building's no parking deals with Oak Hill or any HOA. Then I called the prior owner, Mr. Hargrove, now chilling in Arizona. He chuckled when I explained. Cynthia pulled that on me to want an easement for their events. I said no. She's bluffing about any agreement. She claims there's a document, I said. Never signed a thing in 22 years, he replied. Armed with this, I lined up a towing company. Peak Towing agreed after 2 others balked. Signs need 24 hours before we tow, they said. I ordered them. Private property unauthorized vehicles towed at owner's expense. They went up that night. I emailed Cynthia. No parking agreement exists per prior owner in county records. Unauthorized cars towed starting Wednesday. Notify your residents. 20 minutes later, she called. Big mistake, she hissed, all sweetness gone. Show me the document, I challenged. You're hostile over a neighborly ask. Your residents should be mad at you for lying, I said. There's an agreement, she insisted. Prove it. He got Hargrove and records saying otherwise. Doubt flickered in her silence. Here's my survey deed. No easements, I added, bluffing a bit, plus recordings of you threatening my business via the planning commission. I hadn't recorded, but her reaction would spill the beans. She paled. That's not what I meant. Sure, it was unethical too. The tide turned. What do you want? She asked, deflated. Tell your people you misled them, get the HOA to admit there's no deal, and stop hassling my business. She eyed me, calculating, then said, Board meets tonight, I'll bring it up. Cynthia's landscaping crew was mid-meeting when I stormed her pristine lawn. 6 women in floppy hats froze, staring like I'd crashed their brunch. We need to talk now, I said, voice shaky. I hadn't banked on spectators, but maybe that was a plus. Cynthia's fake smile didn't waver. Ladies, this is our neighbor with that little print shop next door. We did graphic design. I let it slide. What's the issue now? She cooed. 15 HOA cars on my lot today, I said, flashing phone pics. We said 5 spots, 1 week. My team's parking blocks away in this heat. A gray-haired lady leaned in. Cynthia, you said he was fine with it. Cynthia waved it off. You're overreacting, it's just parking. We're in a big community upgrade. You broke our deal. I pressed, face flushing. Clients can't park. Staff's late from lunch trekking back. Her smile tightened. The prior owner gave us right sits in our records. The gray-haired lady nodded. I recall that when Dr. Patel had the dental office. My stomach sank. Could I have missed an easement? No, my lawyer would have flagged it. Show me, I demanded. I'll have it emailed, she chirped. Ladies, back to the flower contest. I drove back rattled, calling my real estate attorney. She dug in fast, emailing later. No agreement. Dr. Patel had shot down an HOA parking pitch 15 years ago, in writing. Hand shaking, I booked peak towing. Signs up tomorrow. Towing Thursday 6 a.m., they confirmed. Wednesday, I supervised big red and white signs at every entrance. A silver-haired guy in a polo stormed over. What's this? We're parking here for repaving. It's private property, I said, steadying myself. The HOA had no permission. Cynthia's wrong. He snapped a pic and grumbled, "This'll be trouble," before leaving. By noon, my phone rang off the hook with pissed-off residents. I had Lisa log messages but skipped callbacks, emailing the HOA board instead. Residents were misled. No parking deal exists. Towing starts Thursday. See attached proof from prior owner rejecting HOA request. At 5:30, Cynthia called. "You can't do this. Our residents have nowhere to go." "You're planning flop, not mine," I said. "Listen," she growled. "Cross me, and I'll tank your next permit on the planning commission." Chills hit, then fury. I hit record. "You're threatening to abuse your role. Don't twist this. I am saying neighbors help neighbors." Sign stay. Towing's on. She hung up. Sleep evaded. Is this worth the enemies? But Cynthia's lies and threats fueled me. I emailed my team. "Get here early, bring coffee and patience." Screams jolted me awake at 6:15 a.m. 3 missed calls from peak towing, 1 from security. I raced over in yesterday's clothes. Chaos reigned, 2 blocks out, 2 tow trucks loaded, 20 pajama-clad folks yelling, blocking a third. Someone filmed. I jogged up. The lead driver, a grizzled guy with a gray beard, spotted me. "You the owner?" "They say they've got permission." "I'm the owner," I said loud. "Only my staff and clients do." A woman in a green robe shoved forward. "Cynthia said we could park here." "She lied," I replied. "There's no agreement. She made it up." "That's nonsense." A crisp voice cut through. Cynthia strode up, pristine in a gray suit. "He's unreasonable. We've had a deal for years." "Show it," I challenged. "Not on me," she snapped. "It doesn't exist." Got Dr. Patel's rejection in writing verified. Murmurs rippled. Cynthia flushed. "You're making a scene." "You did. Lying to them." I faced the crowd. "Sorry you were misled. This is private, and the tows are legal. Signs up over 24 hours. An older guy in a robe stepped up. "I'm Ted Larson, HOA VP. Can I see this proof?" I showed him Patel's letter on my phone. His face hardened. "Cynthia, is this real? You said we had papers." "It's old. There was a verbal deal later," she stammered. "With who?" I pressed. "Patel died a decade ago." Ted turned on her. "You told us we had documentation." As they bickered, cars got towed. Some residents slipped off to move theirs. Cynthia whirled on me. "You've picked the wrong file. Ruin your rep." She spotted the filming phone and softened. "I mean, we're disappointed in your lack of neighborliness." 2 later, mask slipped. By noon, the lot held only staff. Carside waived retrieval fees till 9 a.m., cooling some tempers. My inbox overflowed. Some residents sorry, others livid. Ted emailed. "Meet privately? Margaret's leadership's an issue." At a coffee shop, he cut to it. "Sorry from the HOA. Acted alone. No vote. She's pulled this before. Hired her cousin's crew last year. Bullied a deli owner 6 months back. Why is she still prez? She's a master manipulator. Nobody dares cross her." "She threatened my permits via the planning commission," I said, playing the call. Ted's eyes widened. "That's an ethics breach. Send me that. Come to our emergency meeting tomorrow." Thursday night, I faced 7 board members and 50 residents at the HOA center. Cynthia glared, arms crossed. Ted kicked off. "We're here to address our president's actions." An hour unspooled her abuses. The parking lie, just the latest. My recording of her threat drew gasps. "Out of context," she cried. "I was protecting us." But the board voted her out and launched an ethics probe into her commission role. Residents apologized. As I left, one older lady gripped my hand. "Thanks for facing her. We've been scared too long." Monday, my lot was serene, staff cars only. Ted, the new prez, sent a letter. Apologies, new parking plans for repaving. 3 nearby owners reached out. Margaret had hassled them too. We formed a business alliance for strength. 2 weeks later, the local paper ran, "Planning Commissioner resigns amid ethics probe." Relief trumped smugness. Strolling my quiet lot, I realized standing firm wasn't just for me. It gave others backbone. At the next HOA meeting, Ted honored me with a signed pact clarifying boundaries and future protocols. "A fresh start for neighbors," he said. I smiled. "I'd like that."